Qiao and Hao couldn't help getting lost in Lu Jinyan's face. By the time she resurfaced, the skies were already dark and the already silent place seemed even more quiet. Even the bugs from the forest could be heard. The lights in the bedroom were not switched on. Surrounded by complete darkness, Qiao and Hao used the light from her phone to find the light switch and flip it on. She then reached out to touch Lu Jinyan's forehead again. Sensing that his temperature had dropped slightly but was still too warm, she replaced the towel on his forehead with a freshly chilled one. She continued to guard him beside his bed, refusing to fall asleep. Every once in a while, she would replace the towel on his forehead, and once it was 11 p.m., his temperature was no longer startling. Only then did Qiao and Hao thoroughly relax. Sitting on the floor leaning against the bed, she fell asleep, no longer able to stay awake. Due to the poor sleeping posture, she awoke after a while. Instinctively, she reached out to feel Lu Jinyan's forehead and found that the fever was back again. She hurriedly prepared another chilled towel to put on his forehead, but this time, the towel did not have any effect. His temperature continued to raise, and he whimpered in pain as he slipped into unconsciousness. The cold towel was only a temporary solution. To fully eradicate the fever, medicine was necessary. Deep into the night and in such a deserted place, Qiao and Hao started to become increasingly more worried. She stared at Lu Jinyan for a while before seemingly making a decision. She stood up and took the medicine from the bedside table. She then stuffed it into Lu Jinyan's mouth before taking a big gulp of water. Slowly, she brought her mouth closer to Lu Jinyan, aiming for his lips. As she lowered her head, his face magnified. She could clearly feel his breath. Her whole body tensed, and the two hands she had placed beside Lu Jinyan's head tightened their grips on the bed sheet. Her lips trembled as she slowly positioned next to Lu Jinyan's lips. Qiao and Hao could feel her heart thumping uncontrollably. Counting the incident 3 months ago, this was the second time their lips had touched. She stopped breathing, slowly transferring the water in her mouth over to Lu Jinyan before using her mouth to push the fever pills down his throat with the water. As she felt him swallow the pills and water, she quickly pushed herself away. Lifting her hands, she touched her lips, breathing deep as her heart thumped loudly.